everyone. Welcome to my little corner where there's no wrong way to play with paper. And we're doing a scraps to embellishments video where I take little scraps and I make fun ephemera with them, or embellishments, however you want to see it. Now, I have a bunch of scrappy friends, for those of you who are new, that come over to Ginger's Corner on Facebook and we swap what we make with each other. If that is something you're interested in, I want to really encourage you to come and join us. We have swaps in parts of Europe. We have swaps in Canada and in Australia and of course the United States. Come and join us. There's no wrong way. Please do not think you have to be a perfect embellishment maker, because you don't. Your way is perfectly fine, and you will be received with a giving and loving heart, and you will be encouraged. And I'm going to say this. When I first started swapping, my embellishments were not that great. They just weren't. But as I swapped, I was inspired by other swappers, and so then I changed the way I made embellishments. So don't be afraid to just jump on in. I promise, as you get embellishments, you will grow. I think I get the most joy watching someone do that as they swap throughout time. I have swappers that have been with me since I was on the Love RTS group where the swap started, before we got big enough to have our own little corner. And I have watched everyone evolve, including myself. So again, come and swap with us. You are more than welcome, and we would love to have you and inspire you, and you inspire us just as well. All right, so here's what I've made this week's mini swap. Now the mini swaps have to be flat, okay? So that means layers of paper, stickers, that kind of thing, but it needs to be a handmade embellishment, not necessarily something you just went and bought. Now, if you don't have time and that's what you do, nobody is going to bark at you, but that's kind of the idea, right? To use up your scraps and create something and get in that space and have some fun. So this week's theme is ARR MATEY. Hey, I said it. I was kind of nervous about doing that. I didn't want to sound like a dinghy. And so anything to do with pirates, right? A pirate ship, swords, let's see, banners, flags, all ships, whatever you could come up with. We're pretty loose themed. Treasure boxes, all of that good stuff. Now, this is a die that I got on Temu. You will see it my next Temu haul, and I got a whole set of pirates because my oldest son was obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean. And one of our favorite rides when we go to Disneyland is the Pirates of the Caribbean boat ride. So I made one of these little guys. I will put close-ups at the end. I'm not even going to try to lift it up. And there are lots and lots of layers. Now, in general, enamel dots are not okay. And we'll talk about that as we put this together, because you know me, I'm going to put one together with you. Or at least I hope you'll stay and we'll put one together. Now, all of these Temu dies, many of them, you do have to manipulate a little. You have to use your imagination. When you get this, you do not get like a backer for the hat. I just use my white gel pen and put a little detail. I am going to tell you, some of these bits are tiny, tiny. So tiny, I can't even say that enough. So as I cut them, a little tip, see that skull and crossbone? As I cut them, I put them on the hat. Otherwise, I'm going to lose these tiny pieces. I mean, this skull is not even as big as my fingernail. So definitely worth doing that. I did the same thing with the boots, okay? As I cut them, I put them together so that things did not misappear, because that happens to me, okay? Then we're just going to glue this together. Sorry, wasn't prepared. Let me grab my glue. Now these, the gems that I put on these, we're going to put his hair on first, are flat back 3mm gems. I have them in my Amazon store. I get asked almost every video that I use them. So let's put some on for the eyes. They are tiny, like they are tiny. And I've bought one pack and I still have the same pack, and it's been over a year. I mean, I want to say it's been 2 years, but I don't want to fib. So I am not even halfway through my gems, okay? So there's our little guy. His little eyeballs are on, so he can see now. He's seeing the light. Now we're going to glue on the hat. These are fun dies. I love the dies on Temu. Of course, you guys already know that. Now I have the shirt, and I've already put the little strings. Again, I put it on as I die cut them because I would have lost these little things here. So now we want to put some glue on his arms, and when you put this one on, then we just kind of have to manipulate it so his hand sticks out. So I kind of lined up the hands with the shirt like so, pressed it down, and then I just kind of gently, very gently, or you're gonna tear it, especially if you have thinner paper, put his hand over the top, okay? Then we need to flip him over. Well, he needs some drawers, right? Can't go running around naked. We gotta get his drawers on. Okay, so let's see, this way. So there's that. Let me make sure I got, yep. I think I have that right. I have to, yep, that's right. I had to think about it for a second. Okay, now we need to put his boots on. I put the details on the boots already, like I said. And the only thing you have to pay attention here is make sure you get them, one's longer than the other on purpose, right? Because his leg is bent. Make sure you get those boots even, okay? Then we need to put on his waistband, just like so. He's coming together. Okay, there we go. We need to put on the little parrot, but before we put the parrot on, I'm gonna give it an eye. Now, when you die cut this, it just has a hole for the eye. So take a tiny little scrap, you know, all those border strips you got, tear a little piece off, put it on the back, and we're just gonna give him a little eye real quick. Just like so. Now, is that a lot of glue? Yeah, way too much glue. I'm doing YouTube, so I'm not my normal self. But it all dries clear, so it'll be fine. And then we want to put the parrot on his arm, just like so. Now, all I did is I die cut my parrot out of white, colored it. That's it. I just colored it. Then he has the little strings for his shirt, and they go here. Another thing, you see I have just this little 3x4 here. It's a cut apart or a journal card or whatever it may be. I put my little pieces on there so they don't get lost. Put some glue, and just like that, we will put his strings for his shirt. These are all layers of paper, so they're gonna lay totally flat and it'll be fine. And just like that, we have another little guy. Isn't he so cute? I had fun making these. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I would not wanna make 40 of these when I have to do the main swap, because sometimes I'm on a lot of teams. Not as much as I used to be, but I would make 10, do 5 at a time, do 4 at a time, make 12, make one for yourself and one for a friend, and send it in a Happy Mail just because card, right? For our scrappy friend. With that, that's it. I hope you guys will join us. I hope you had fun. We're voting right now for next month's main swap, and those embellishments, you can go bulky and layered and foam and all that good stuff. The mini swaps we keep flat so that the postage is not insane. And I hope you guys will join me. I'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Bye.